everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be a good one between the New York Giants and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So with that, let's get you up to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. Standing by for the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, we are at the confluence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela Rivers at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with Eli Manning and the New York Giants. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out on the field comes the 38-year-old two-time Super Bowl MVP Eli Manning to lead the New York Giants offense. And week 1, a 35-17 loss at the hands of the Cowboys. Eli, Charles, 30 of 44, was over 300 yards and threw for 1 score.
Didn't get the win, obviously. Had to play from behind most of the game. But everyone who's calling for Eli Manning to go to the bench, he's trying his best to answer them, isn't he? Those types of numbers let you know he can still pitch it around. It just would help if he's not pitching it, having to lead his team back as opposed to kind of playing from an even spot. That's where the Giants have to improve and get better. Play that game 4 quarters on even terms.
Running it with the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year a season ago, Saquon Barkley. There to make the tackle, Steven Nelson. That's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Manning going to hand it off to Barkley. Mika Fitzpatrick made the play defensively, the first-round pick out of Alabama. And a look at the Steelers' defensive unit.
Bud Dupree came out of the University of Kentucky determined to let everyone know that they play football there as well as basketball. A terrific pass rusher off the edge.
Lobo.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning. And that's blocked. The Steelers get it. And they'll wind up taking over in their own territory inside the 35-yard line. So the Steelers now in great shape to begin their initial possession. They'll be led out by a 3rd-round pick back in 2018 out of Oklahoma State. It's Mason Rudolph. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ready.
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his 2nd season, James Conner. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6.
On 2nd down and 4, Rudolph toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. And let's take a look at the Steeler offense.
And now the spotlight falls on wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster, because with the acrimonious departure of Antonio Brown to Oakland and Le'Veon Bell moving on to the New York Jets, he is truly the #1 target for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Rudolph. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a 1st down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. One of these quarterbacks going to learn, you don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Flag down. This could set him back. Yeah, this is going to put him back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. A bit of an opening there on the 1st down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 19-yard line.
On 2nd down now, Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Manning going to try and throw on 3rd down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Here's Riley Dixon now. And remember, he had his first punt blocked. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Earlier, Charles, you and I talked about Pittsburgh's rough start to the season, that 33-3 loss to New England. And you mentioned it's not going to get any easier with the schedule coming up. What's next? They're home against Seattle?
Yeah, home against Seattle. That's a monster game for them after what happened against New England. And I think they'll be ready, and they will play much better. Then they've got at San Francisco and their improved defense. Then division games against Cincinnati and Baltimore. So, no, the schedule doesn't get easier. But I really think you've got to circle the San Francisco game because that's the one that'll get overlooked. And that'll be very difficult because San Francisco. Cisco is going to have a good team this year.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Connor. And he's going to get the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain there on 1st and 5, and it leaves them with a more standard 2nd down.
Ready, 60 yards. Ready.
From the 39, Rudolph, and he connects with Vance McDonald. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
60 outlaw.
Now it's Rudolph off the bootleg. On the left side, it's McDonald. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Now this throw, it's complete. It's Moncrief with it. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And this Giants defense getting off the ball quickly. They stop him behind the line again. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
It's our time.
He'll try and run forward with Connor. And an alley to run. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
They run the counter. Connor. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Antoine. Bethea, the leading tackler among NFL safeties last year, and on the tackle again there. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
They're going to need some therapy after this. Ready, go.
Here's Benny Snell Jr., the rookie from Kentucky. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Rudolph. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
We go set, 30 base. Check, 47. I'm coming for
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Xavier Grimble there to make the grab. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Giants coming back out here to take over possession, and we talked about their Week 1 loss to Dallas earlier. Saquon Barkley in that game, that's what I wanted to ask you about. First carry, he gets 59 yards. You're like, there's Saquon Barkley. Rest of the game, only 10 carries. Was that because they were behind?
I think that was part of it, and I think that they're going to continue to look at ways to stay with the run game maybe a little bit longer, even if they are behind. You know, I saw Philadelphia-Washington. Philadelphia's down 20-7 at the half. They got back to their running game, which helped them get back into the contest and ultimately win it. So maybe they press it a little bit more because for the game, 11 carries, 120 yards.
And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Boswell for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The New York set to take the field. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Ready? 18, Gator.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 27-yard line.
He's coming. Ready?
From the 27, Manning. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
You got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick.
And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't Five.
On 1st and 10 is Counter. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 17-0 our score after 1. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
I don't even know why this team showed up. Set, go. Let's go.
Right back to Connor here on 1st. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd and 9, Rudolph toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target, and it's 3rd down. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Rudolph. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. So well done there, and these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do, and now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets them up nicely. 8 yards on the carry, 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest. Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 13 yards, good for a giant first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now they'll throw it with Manning. Out to the right here to Shepard. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. A lot of people thinking that this could be a good year for Sterling Shepard to step out of the shadows of Odell Beckham Jr. But a season ago, pretty good for Sterling Shepard. 66 receptions, 872 yards, and now hoping for a 1,000-yard campaign in 2019.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On 2nd down, Barkley. And he's got this down to the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Working from the gun, Manning. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Crunch. Protein spill. Check 52. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
To throw again on 2nd down. Manning, his throw caught right around the 6. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 15 yards on the play, first down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Barkley will try to punch it in, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Watch tight end, tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hey. You got 3, Three down. Slam.
Manning. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Here's Manning to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And the kick by Rosas is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. Remember, with Rosas, there was some speculation last year in the preseason that he might not hold on to his job with the Giants.
But he certainly answered the challenge, didn't he? 32 of 33 during the regular season, 97% that is, and was named to the NFC Pro Bowl team. And by the way, at 6'3", 234, he can bench press your kicker.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. Not only does he not have a catch, I don't think he's been targeted in this game, but they're winning.
And if you ask a receiver of his magnitude, he'll tell you that it's because everyone is focused on him anyway. Okay, you've taken it away. No catches, no targets, but we're still winning. I've opened things up for the rest of my team. I know how receivers think.
They've been using him as a decoy, and effectively so. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
Come on, fellas. Ready.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Well, Charles, as we peek back to week one, what would you say were the positives for some teams or individuals that you took away?
Well, it started on opening night, Green Bay, and their defense. Not necessarily Aaron Rodgers and what they did going into Chicago and winning. Kansas City, they picked right up where they left off with Patrick Mahomes. Explosive on offense. How about Baltimore and Lamar Jackson? He's not just a single wing tailback, folks. He's a quarterback. And Tennessee, going into Cleveland, Marcus Mariota, Derrick Henry put up 43 points on the Browns.
Throwing on third down, here's Rudolph. Able to hit his tight end, Grimble. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. On first down, it's Rudolph. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
You draw perfect.
On the draw, Connor. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here comes a first down throw for Rudolph. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now Rudolph. And his throw's going to be incomplete. James Conner, the running back, his intended receiver. 3rd down here.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Rudolph looking to throw, and he finds McDonald. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Here's Rudolph. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Dante Moncrief there to make the grab. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Extra point now by Boswell. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat, make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Shotgun now for Manning. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That will allow them to disrupt the play.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Manning. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To throw again. Manning. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Russell Shepard, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Manning now to throw. And a Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Manning to throw for it on 4th. A desperation heave for the end zone. And that is going to be incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one is maybe not exactly in the bag yet, but there is definitely a big mountain to climb in this third quarter. The teams are already back out there, so let's not waste any time, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense now with the football first here to begin the third quarter. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Play action. It's Rudolph. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. And they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. And last time they were very fortunate this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
And we'll see what his offense can do. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Javon Hargrave there on the stop. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 22.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. Penny. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
I don't care what he's listed in the program. Fullback, running back, tailback, it doesn't matter. He ran that play like a fullback. Just like the old days when we saw the fullback dive. How about him picking that one up?
Only needed a yard on 4th down. That's what he's there for, right?
Exactly. Line him up, short yardage situation, and say, here it is, big man. Go get it.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Manning will try again on 2nd down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
3rd and long for the Giants, and Eli following the sack. From the gun, it's Manning. That is caught at the 7. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it with Barkley, and he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. So the decision to go for it turns out to be a good one. They get a couple of yards, and as a result, the drive keeps moving. It's now 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, Manning. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Benny Fowler there to make the grab. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And this is up and good. That'll make it a score now of 24-10. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steelers' offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. From the 30 on 2nd down, Rudolph. And McDonald here over the middle. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On 2nd down now, it's Connor. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Rudolph looking to throw it. Going up top. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Good job by this defense, and now playing what they call complementary football. Offense scores a touchdown for them, so they come right out, force what should be a 3-and-out, and keep the momentum squarely on their side.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Jones on the return. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Manning turns and gives this to Gallman. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Manning now on 1st down. He'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there for the Giants. 49 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, turn it up. Watch twist. 5.
Faking the give to Barkley, now Manning. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Benny Fowler, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are back within a single score. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now, 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said, it's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
Manning's pass complete to Benny Fowler. Touchdown, Giants.
After review of the play,
it took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Roses now to add the PAT. He's got it, and it's 24-17. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Roses on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 42.
They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
70, Indy. Hey, tight down. There you go.
Trying to get the first with Samuels. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And the Giants ready to come out now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now Saquon Barkley. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
Check. Get it.
From the gun, Manning. And that is incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high, the tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
Defense.
A little Yancey on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get-off on the snap, jump too quickly.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Janoris Jenkins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. So after the INT, it's Manning. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
3rd and long for the Giants, and Eli following the sack. Operating from the gun, Manning. And that will be incomplete. For a flag there offensively, several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
Tighten up, pull it together.
They'll run on 1st down. Connor. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Mike 58, right there. Get some
Now a play fake, and it's Rudolph. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time, gets the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
That's it, baby. That's it.
A short game that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Connor. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the 1st half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. Acott's right sideline in some space. There he goes right side. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Rosas to add the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Mason Rudolph leading this offense out for their next possession. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
A run there on first down gets 3 up to the 28. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with second and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. On second and 12, Rudolph. He's got his man on the crossing route. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
On first and 10, Rudolph completes it to Moncrief left side. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Encroachment, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
After the encroachment penalty, here's second and 5. Back to the air, Rudolph. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold. Rudolph throwing again. Screen pass to Connor.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Throwing on third down, here's Rudolph. That is caught right 10-yard line. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on first and goal. Again, it's Rudolph. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
And New York set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Manning and the Giants come up now first and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Play action. Manning under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bud Dupree in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
3rd and long for the Giants, and Eli following the sack. Working from the gun, Manning. He's got a first down past the 30. And Fowler's got it. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it. As I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Throwing now is Manning. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
This is Barkley. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think we just saw an example of a game situation that I know is discussed, practiced to the nth degree, go right out the window, and a chance to win the game as well.
Yeah, protect the football. On the other side, you're taught to get in there and rake it out. They did just that.
I mean, they go over this starting in OTAs and mini camps.
They've got his man complete. The 30, 20, and that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Boswell for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Let's go.
So Eli Manning and his offense down by 7. Exactly 1 minute remaining. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10.